Hello and welcome back to Grade 9 Physics. In this episode, which is the second episode, we have the following parts. The first part is Observe, Pre-Assessment, which is about analyzing a free body diagram. And then it's followed by a discussion under the Observe section as well, which is going to be about the definition and instances of a parabola. And then the last part is an activity. Activity number 60 under the Ask section, which is entitled Falling into You. And so this edition of the Knowledge Catalog's Physics, Grade 9 Physics, is tackling the following learning competency, which is describe the horizontal and vertical motions of a projectile. So if you want to follow through, you may need to have a copy of the 7E-based self-learning module in Science 9, which I have developed. Open it in Unit 4, Book 18, pages 4 to 7. Let's begin. Okay, so for the first part of pre-assessment, I would like you to first analyze the following illustration, then answer the questions that will follow. They will be showing here. Keep in mind that the target here is for you to test your instincts and your prior knowledge. So, okay, let's be clear on that, ha? Yun ang target natin. Kaya natin ginagawa itong activity na to is because we need to know ano na yung alam mo ba or ano na ba yung naiintindihan mo regarding the topic that we're about to discuss. Okay, so I'll be giving you time to observe this illustration. Okay, once you're ready, just continue with this video. Are you done? Okay, let's begin with let's continue with the following questions. Beginning with question number 1. The projectile in the figure was launched to cover a total distance which is labeled as 1. So itong blue line na to. So what is the name of that distance? What is the term we use to refer to that distance? Again, we're just testing if you know it or not. Question number 2. The projectile is launched and it reached number 2. Okay, so it was launched, tapos na-reach niya itong 2. Okay, it's the tip, no? Yung pinakamataas na point niya. Okay, so tell me, what is the acceleration of the projectile at that particular point? Ano na yung pinaka-acceleration niya at this point? Okay, let's continue with question number 3. Colored in red, what do you call the path of the projectile in this illustration? Itong kulay red na line na to. What do you call that path? Okay. And then next question, di na to question number 2, okay? Okay, so as the projectile moves from A to B, so from A to B, what happens to its acceleration? So let's just check, ha? Okay, so we have here question number 1, question number 2, then question number 3, then this is question number 4. Okay, as the projectile moves from this point A to point B, how will you describe its acceleration? What is happening to it? Okay. Okay, that's it for the questions. Let us now answer them. For question number 1, the answer is this one right here, labeled as one right here. We call that range. Again, that's called range. Okay? So yung total distance between dun sa launch area at saka yung landing area, ang tawag doon is range. Question number 2, ang acceleration niya dito, kapag na-reach itong point 2, is 0 meters per second squared. Actually, that is supposed to have a square. Again, the acceleration is 0 meters per second squared. Okay? And then, question number 3, the answer is, you call that a trajectory or a parabola. The line right here, ang tawag natin dyan is trajectory or parabola. Okay, then question number 4, as the projectile moves from point A to point B, nababawas yung kanyang acceleration. Bumababa yung kanyang acceleration. Okay? Okay. Okay, so I would like you to rate yourselves. Okay, how many of the answers did you get correctly? Okay, so report them on the upper right-hand corner of your sheets of paper or on that page of your science notebook. Okay, so that I would be able to see it once checking has gone. Okay, so we're done with the first part, observe pre-assessment, which is analyzing a free body diagram. Let's now proceed to the second part. Alright, so the parabola or the trajectory was that red line a while ago, which describes the path of the projectile. So if you look at this illustration of a soccer player who kicked the ball at a certain angle with respect to the horizontal, that path is also colored red, and this path right here is also called as what do you call it? Trajectory or the parabola. Yeah. But if you find it quite hard to answer the guide questions kanina, that's actually just given kasi di pa naman natin talaga siya nili-discuss na maayos and in details. Pero siguro it's simpler if you think of the projectile this way. So this ball is only a ball, okay, if it's on the ground, kung nasa ground lang siya. But if it is kicked in a way that it covers a particular kind of distance, and with the trajectory, with the parabola, it becomes a projectile. The ball right here, since it is in motion, okay, you call it now a projectile. Okay, so a golf ball that is launched in a similar way is also going to become a projectile. A ping pong ball launched the same way will also become a projectile. So yeah, the activity a while ago only introduced you to the motion of the projectile along a parabola, and the curved red line is the trajectory of the projectile. It's the trajectory. It's the parabola. The shape is a parabola, and that path is called the trajectory. So as a review, okay. So halimbawa itong si ball na launched siya from this point, tapos nahulog siya banda dito. Sabihin natin ganon. Anong tawag natin dun sa distance between the launching area and the landing area? Ayan. Okay. You call that range. You have to keep that in mind. And we're done with the second part, a discussion under the observe section, which is about the definition and instances of a parabola. Okay, so let's now go on or move on to ask section, activity number 60, falling into you. The objectives of this activity are the following. So you have to be able to explain an object's motion in terms of its horizontal and vertical components. And then you also have to be able to describe the motion of a projectile with half parabolic and full parabolic trajectories. So what you need to do in order for you to accomplish this activity are the following. So first, material is a table, and then a sheet of paper, ruler, and then 2 pieces of coins, and then a pencil. Yeah, so yeah, you need them. So for the procedure, follow the following steps. Follow these steps. So place a ruler on top of along the edge of a table this way. Okay, dapat ganyan siya. Half of it must be extended from the edge of the table as shown like this. Pwedeng half, ayan siya. Or pwedeng a little more than half. Basta dapat halos kalahati ng ruler nasa top ng table, tas kalahati nasa edge. Okay, so do it with your foot rule, with your setup. Do it now. Are you through? Make sure that the foot rule that you're using is not bendy. Okay, that di siya nagbe-bend. Mas maganda if you're going to use metallic rulers or yung mga wooden rulers for this. Or kung plastic man yan, yung medyo matigas. Okay? Because you have to put a coin on top of the ruler that hangs from the table. Yung coin, it has to be small enough para hindi agad natatopol, hindi agad nahuhulog yung ruler. Baka kasi masyadong mabigat yung coin na ginamit mo, no? Okay, so you put it on top of the ruler dun sa isang end niya like this, and then the other one must be put on the table that is near the other edge. Ayan. Okay, so next thing you need to do is you have to flick the ruler by applying quick force in the direction toward that is indicated. So mag-apply ka ng force dito in such a way na medyo iikot siya, okay? Iikot tong ruler ng konti kasi mahulog ito, tapos ito naman mapupush siya off the table. So when you apply force here, make sure since that is a goal, you achieve it. Okay? So you have to flick the ruler by quickly applying force in the space towards the direction indicated. Now you have to repeat the procedure twice more and you have to take note of your observations. So go ahead, gawin mo muna to. Are you done? Let's continue. Okay, so a new feature of our video lessons is this. Okay, so napansin nyo may mga sections na siya. For the ask section, before you continue, you have to think of a golden question you have in mind about the two dimensions of motion. Kanina, meron na tayong mga na-introduce sa iyo na mga terms, na mga facts about projectile motion. Now, what kinds of questions do you have about them? You have to write them down. I'll give you time for you to finish this part. Are you through? Okay, let's continue. Okay, so for the first question, first guide question, answer the following. Okay, so get your paper or your science notebook and your pencil and answer the following guide questions. For the first guide question, okay, in the trials done, which between the two coins reaches the ground first? And why do you think this is so? Are you through? Let's continue. Question number 2, switch the coins you used. Yung nilagay mo dito, siya na may lagay mo dito. Pareho lang naman yan, yung size, tsaka yung shape nila, yung weight nila, pareho lang. So, switch them. And then, repeat the entire process. What are your observations? Sige, I'll give you time to do this. Go ahead. Are you done? Okay, let's proceed. Question number 3. In each instance, which coin landed farther from the table? Take note that by saying landing, ang ibig natin sabihin doon is hindi yung final position ng mga coins after falling from the table. Kasi pwedeng nag-bounce lang naman sila, di ba? Nung pagkahulog nila. So what you have to take note is yung actual na landing point nila. Okay, so kung meron ka na i-prepare na masking tape or ng marker na erasable at pwede ka na magsulat dyan sa floor, okay, so just mark them. You should have marked them. If you haven't, you can repeat the procedure naman and then have new sets of data. Sige, go ahead and answer this question. Are you done? Okay, let's proceed now with the answers. So, yung mga coins, they reach the ground or the floor at the same time. Sabay sila. Alright, bakit ganon? It's because the horizontal launching, itong coin na to na na-launch horizontally, at yung vertical motion naman ng coin na to na basta na lang nahulog, their motion, horizontal and vertical motions, are independent of each other. Kaya sabay at sabay talaga silang magfo-fall. Okay? Question number 2. Pareho lang yung mangyayari, but they will still be reaching the ground or the floor at the same time. Next, question number 3. Yung coin na na-push off the table, itong coin na to, and was launched horizontally, it is going to reach a farther distance. Mas malayo yung marireach niya, okay? Yung landing area nito, mas malayo kumpara sa coin na to na basta lang nahulog. Okay? I think you have similar observations. Okay? Syempre na-launch ito, so talagang medyo lalayo siya. Ito namang isang to, nahulog lang siya. So yung landing area niya is katapat lang nitong area na to. Okay? Okay, so yeah, that is done. We're done with the second episode of grade 9 physics. And we were through with the following parts. First is observe, reassessment, analyzing a free body diagram. And then the second part is observe, a discussion, definition and instances of a parabola. And then the last one is ask, activity 60, falling into you. Remember that in this book, book 18, We are trying to master describing the horizontal and vertical motions of a projectile. This has been Sir CJ, and I hope that I will be seeing you in the next episode of Physics 9, okay, of the Knowledge Catalog. Have a good day.